Well, 2024 is almost in the bag, Mid.
It certainly is, Cliff, but we have had a lively one.
We have indeed. We decided at the end of 2023 that we were going to stay home this year. And in 2024, we've pretty much done that. We split our time between our house here in Tarpon Springs and our cabin up in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
And even though my passport whined a lot because it wasn't being used, we still kept ourselves very busy with travel back and forth to the cabin.
The cabin really took up a lot of our time this year. We did some more work on it. We had finished the family room in the summer of 2023, which we reported on. And this year we took a little storage space close to the family room and turned it into an office where we could set up the computers and have a space to work there. And I think it worked out pretty well.
I think it did too. There wasn't a lot left to do on the cabin. It's just a few little placements here and this and that. Mostly getting the garage organized was the biggest problem.
Well, yeah, the garage is a problem, but we did have a fun 4th of July, I thought.
We had a lovely 4th of July with our friends Ernie and Olga and Patricia and Ron and some local friends who came over too. It was a lovely 4th of July.
We gathered in the downstairs, put some furniture outside the family room, and we just ate and laughed and told stories and enjoyed the day. We did have sort of what for us was a sad time a month or two ago when our good friends and neighbors Bob and Susan Mack decided to move.
We were sad to see them go, but we know that they're going to enjoy any place where they land.
That is true. All right, well, we did have in the spring of the year a reception for Abby Blocker, our Rotary Global Scholar who's in South Africa.
Talk about a dream of a young lady. She is going to take over the world. She is bright, she's personable, she's poised. Can't beat that combination.
We had some time with her a few years ago when we were in Cape Town, South Africa. She really represents Rotary very well. Rotary was also represented pretty well in this household this year. Mid and I got involved in the International Travel Hosting and Fellowship,
Travel Hosting Fellowship.
The International Travel Hosting Fellowship. What a group that one is.
We had several visitors come through, including past district governor from Canada. Her and her husband showed up.
Tanya and David were really good folks to show up. In fact, they fell in love with Tarpon Springs and ended up buying a place not too far from here.
And Cliff kept himself busy making videos, and I didn't kill him.
103 of them. Of course, I had a very good cameraman and script writer most of the time. So we really used that as a way to get out and get around the world, get around the state. We just shot everything from waterfalls to buildings to people. We did some interviewing, and it really is fun. We call it World Travel Plus. We'll put a link to it here. So if you look at this video, be sure you subscribe to our channel.
We went to some lovely places in Florida as well as in Georgia and West Virginia and a few other, North Carolina. Found some beautiful sights to film.
You know, two of them, a little town called Mount Dora here in Florida, one of the prettiest little towns we've seen in a long time, and Madison, Georgia. And even though we've been in and out of Georgia, we lived there for several years, about 6-7 years, some time ago. And since we've gotten the cabin, we've wandered Georgia and had not found Madison, the most antebellum homes refurbished of any community in the United States. It was a delight. Monkeys also were a delight this year.
Just north of Homosassa, you can find an island dedicated to the monkeys who live on it.
There are not very many of them. They're research monkeys that were given to this nonprofit, and they have a little island in the middle of the river up there, and people come and look at them, paddle around the island, and the monkeys seem to tolerate it pretty well. We didn't tolerate the hurricanes very well.
A hurricane.
3 of them this year.
Debbie spun off a thunderstorm, which caused lightning to strike the house. That took out the irrigation system. It took out our refrigerator. It took out the intranet. Which one was it?
Both, actually.
Both, I think. Anyway, we were not great fans of Debbie. So we got most of that taken together, and along came Helene and Milton. We weren't here when Milton struck, but we had friends living here, abiding here, and we ended up turning our house over to some great Rotarians who really took care of the place.
But it was fun. We had no damage. Our good friends Ron and Patricia just about lost their house. It's a 102-year-old house, and the floods that had never hit the house before came up and absolutely flooded their house. So they were with us for a month or so. But during the hurricane, Mid and I left here, and a couple of days later, all of a sudden, what had just been some storms down by the Cancun turned into a hurricane and started barreling across the Gulf toward Tampa and Tarpon Springs. So we got 8 or 10 people in here, and we have security cameras, and I let them know that. And one of them looks in the kitchen in the family room, and one of our good friends, Jocelyn Chapman, was walking across the kitchen with a bottle of wine in each hand. I'd never used the audio on the cameras before, but I turned it on and I said, 2 bottles of wine, Jocelyn? And she just about jumped out of her shoes, looking around to see how she had been caught, assured me that one of them was for somebody else, but it was fun to do. And everybody was safe. They had some damages, as we said. Ron and Patricia just about lost their house. They're looking to buy another one now, but at least everybody was safe.
And after the hurricanes, our house decided to fall apart. The air conditioning went out. The refrigerator was already out, and we finally got a new one. It went out.
Air conditioner went out?
What else? Oh, toilets. We had some issues with some of the toilets. We had an issue with the clothes washer. It seems like all these little bitty things decided to jump up and just aggravate.
2024 has been quite a year. We closed it out. I bought a drone, and I must say that Mid has become a natural at flying a drone. We're going to use that for some high shots in the videos that we shoot. Not on this one, but on some others. 24, I think we can say, is a year that we won't be sorry to see go.
As that saying goes, if it was a fish, I'd throw it back.
Yeah. We lost good friend Dan Chulu this year. We lost good friend Steve Lee this year. We just have had, it hasn't been a bad year for us, but we've had some sadness, we've had some breakage, we've had hurricanes, we've had turmoil in the economy. 2024, as we look at Christmas 2024, Mid and I are still, every day of our lives, thankful for our health, for each other, for our friends, for where we live. 24 has not been a stellar year. It's been, I think, a good year, but not stellar.
And even for us, it's been better than most of the world, 90% of the world has faced.
So we're looking forward to 26. Mid has gotten us on route
25.
to 25. I'm jumping ahead. Mid is getting us ready for 2025 with a trip to Ireland and on a ship out to Iceland. We'll probably shoot some videos and we'll post those for you to enjoy if you're so inclined. But most of all, I think we are very, very thankful for the people viewing this video. You're probably people that we enjoy getting together with, eating with, most of us having a glass of wine together. We may look back on 2024 as not a stellar year, but it is still stellar in terms of the people we know, and we approach Christmas with joy in our hearts.
Absolutely. So I say to you, happy holiday.
Happy Hanukkah, happy Diwali.
Happy Kwanzaa. Merry Christmas.
We hope you
Happy New Year.
We hope you and your family have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas and an even better New Year next year. Thank you for putting up with another one of our Christmas videos. Bye for now.
Bye.